The first thing we looked at when we considered the possibility of a new hospital was whether there was the viability of building that new hospital here. As an architect who has looked at these things extensively in the past, there are a number of significant challenges in that in terms of trying to keep the hospital open, running and operational. This satellite picture shows that 70% of the site already has buildings or car parks on it. This means that there really isn't much room at all to build a new hospital around the existing current one. Firstly, we'd have to set up not one but two construction compounds. They're the two yellow blocks you see here, taking up most of the north car park and half of the main car park. So some new car parking would have to be created. We'd suggest building a multi-storey in the remaining half of the main car park. That's the orange block illustrated in the picture, but another 200 spaces would have to be removed in order to create the space for the multi-storey to be constructed. And that could take up to 2 years. A multi-storey would certainly ease some of the car parking problems, but it wouldn't completely solve them. Because the overall construction of a new hospital could take 13 years. And within that period, there would be noise, dust, disruption to services. In addition, the builders' compounds would be in the car park behind me, and that would put even more pressure on car parking. We'd then lose even more parking, because where the blue block has appeared at the top of the picture is where we'd need to build a new energy centre, the boiler house. Next, the David Matthews Diabetes Centre would be demolished, along with the neighbouring pathology lab and the existing energy centre as well. The section in red here on the picture, they would all make way for the first part of the new hospital building, the large blue section. This takes out another block of parking, around 200 spaces. Now another section of the new hospital would be built. It would be located here on this steep slope, meaning that any new hospital building in this location would already be several stories high. That's clearly not good for access generally, but especially for wheelchair access. It would give us problems with fire escapes and fire exits, but perhaps most importantly, the departmental relationships that are critical to the ground floor plan of the hospital would be compromised by a hospital building in this location. The next phase of work is indicated by the red section, more services being moved out before demolition work, where the renal infectious diseases and endoscopy services are based. Then the last part of the new hospital building is added, with the loss of another 100 parking spaces. So that's the new hospital finally built and open. It's taken us about 11 years to get here, but we aren't finished yet. It would take a further 2 years to demolish the existing hospital, create new roads and parking, and get back the existing parking that's been used for the builders' compounds. The demolition process has to be undertaken very carefully because we are on the site of a live operational hospital. There would be space for the hospital to expand by up to 20%, something that's required to ensure it could grow in the future. But the area available for expansion, marked on the picture here by the dark green box, isn't in the right place because it's on a different level to the main hospital. Building on the current site would mean significant challenges in terms of noise, dust and disruption to existing services for staff and visitors for a period of about 13 years, plus the limited availability of parking within that period. That's why, as much as we'd like to stay here, it would be extremely difficult and highly disruptive to do that.